I set up automation in my agency management system. I thought that I was making things more efficient. What I found out is that I was making my clients angry. They were getting aggravated. Here's what I got wrong. When most agency owners think about automation, they think about saving. They're not wrong. Automation does save time, but there's a version of automation that saves your time while quietly destroying your client relationship. And it happens so gradually, you don't even notice until someone hits stop in all caps. That's what was happening in my agency. Here's how it worked. My agency management system is called Easy Links. It has automations built into it. You can set up sequences that fire when certain things happen. Policy comes up for renewal. The system sends a message. Simple enough. Very handy too, by the way. The problem is how I had it configured. I had it set up to trigger by policy, which sounds logical. Each policy has a renewal date, and when a renewal date approaches, a sequence fires. Here's what that actually looks like from the client side. A client with, let's just say, 3 policies, home, auto, boat, gets 3 completely separate renewal sequences. Different dates, different messages, no coordination between them, just the system firing on each policy independently. They're getting bombarded. And some of them are hitting the stop on the text messages. They're calling, complaining, seeing if they can opt out of emails that are not marketing emails. I don't spam my clients with marketing. This was all relevant stuff for them and their policy. But stop doesn't just stop one sequence. It stops everything. And now you can't text that client at all. And that puts you at a major disadvantage. I built automation to improve communication, and the automation was breaking it. Now, I want to be honest about something here. This isn't just a Easy Links problem. This is a thinking problem. When you build automation, you make decisions about how to trigger it. The most logical one isn't always the right one. Triggering by policy feels right because insurance is organized by policy. But clients don't think of themselves as a collective group of policy. They think of themselves as your client. When your automation treats them like a policy instead of a person, they feel it. They might not be able to articulate why they're annoyed, but the relationship quietly erodes. In insurance, we need to build on trust. This is a trap with automation. You optimize for the system's logic instead of the client's experience. And those two things are not often the same thing. Here's what we're changing. Instead of triggering by policy, we're moving to triggering by customer. This is a very simple change, but this one change right here has really helped not only our clients, but my team, who gets all the complaints fed to them. So we have one client, one consolidated outreach. All their policies are handled in a single coordinated communication. Once they respond, they're taken out of automation and a live person engaged. That's the difference between the old approach and what we're building in Watley 2.0. The old way had 30 plus automation templates firing on individual policies. We're condensing that down to 2 primary tracks, personal lines and commercial lines, because that's what we do in our agency. We don't deal with life insurance or health insurance or anything like that much. And here's the part that I think most agency owners miss entirely. We're building in something called a smart stop. The moment that a client engages with any piece of our automated outreach, they reply, they submit a form, they call, the automation halts immediately. A task gets generated for a live agent to take over the conversation. Because the whole point of automation is to get to the human conversation faster, not to replace it. And if you're a business owner that doesn't like talking to your clients, then you need to find a new business. Now, this connects directly to the tier system that we built in the agency. Tier A clients, those are our best clients. They don't get automated emails. The system generates a task for a human to reach out personally. White glove service means the automation is managing the workflow, not the relationship. So automation will go into tasks, will go to our team members, but the clients never see any of that. Tier B clients get standard automation tracks with personal touches built in. And Tier C clients get fully automated sequences that require the least staff time. The automation isn't one size fits all. It matches the level of service that each tier deserves. Here's what I want you to take from this video. I'm 2 months into rebuilding my agency at this point. And I'd already set up automation before I fully understood how to set it up correctly. And I found out that it was causing more problems than it was helping me. That's not a failure. That's the actual work. The lesson isn't don't automate. The lesson is automate with the client's experience as the primary design constraint. Not your efficiency, not the system's logic. What's the client's experience? That's the most important piece of this puzzle. Every system you build has a logic. The question is, whose logic is it serving? Next week, I'm going to show you the financial side of this rebuild. It's not pretty. Specifically, what it looks like when you have no real visibility in your own agency's finances and what we are doing to fix it. Subscribe and turn on those notifications because this series follows the actual rebuild in sequence and each episode builds on the last. We're 3 episodes in now, so you don't have that much to catch up on. Build systems that serve your clients. Everything else is just noise.